expecting that. Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Yeah, that's right. Relief on the way as early as tomorrow. We are expecting that heat warning to lift. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be cool, but less hot and less humid than what you're experiencing today. It is quite the sweltering Sunday. 34, feeling closer to 38 outside the Toronto airport. Somebody on the harbor doesn't mind. They are jet skiing away, as many would, I think, in temperatures that are quite muggy. It is feeling closer to 40 degrees in Windsor just now. It was feeling closer to 40 degrees earlier in the day, or did hit 40 degrees earlier in the day with that humidex in Toronto, starting to cool down up to the north where there was rain. So here is that excessive heat warning still in place until tonight for those humidex values that are upwards of 40 degrees. Little relief in the overnight, but we have been dealing with a very active scene since yesterday. These thunderstorms have been quite the setup even into yesterday, with tornado watches and warnings in place for parts of Ontario. Today it's all about the severe thunderstorm watches and warnings and the rainfall warnings. More of that on the way into this evening, as some of these communities, especially as you push towards the border of Quebec, could see rainfall totals near the 100-millimeter range in the next few hours. So 50 additional millimeters for some areas in green. That includes areas like Sudbury, Huntsville. 30 additional millimeters could be possible, and we're watching for the chance of severe thunderstorms in the eastern sections of the province. So around the Ottawa Valley, pushing towards Cornwall later this afternoon. We're also watching very closely this line of thunderstorms with severe potential closing in on parts of southwestern Ontario, heading towards areas like Bruce County, like Huron County, and that could create, again, a severe possibility for thunderstorms later this evening. So we could see it around that region that I just mentioned, all the way up to Muskoka and North Bay, maybe even Wyerton. Heading into the evening, by tomorrow, expecting mostly dry conditions for the start of the day around the GTHA, but could see those thunderstorms push right back in around southern parts of Cottage Country in the east, Niagara Falls and the Buffalo region as well during that afternoon commute. It may miss the Toronto region, it may not, but for now we are expecting a dry start to the day at least. Temperatures are struggling to cool down, but they will eventually. 27, feeling closer to 37. Kevin?
Thanks, Noor. Let's look at our weather story with weather specialist Noor Rafat. Now, next week, it looks like there might be a bit of a seesaw in temperatures people can expect, huh?
Yeah, expecting a lot of people to turn their attention yet again to those temperatures, Kevin. One part of the country shaking off some heat, another part of the country just getting into some of that heat. And of course, we know in the summer that heat can sometimes cause turbulent weather. Let's take a look at what's in store. Well, it will be a gradual cool down in Toronto tomorrow. You won't feel it right away. Certainly the temperatures, a high of 27, is a bit of an improvement from today. The humidity as well, feeling closer to 37. Not a whole lot of improvement, but a little bit better than what you experience. And those winds from the west-northwest will push in right around the afternoon and continuing into the evening. A slight risk of thunderstorms around that 2 to 3 o'clock mark. Now, we've been watching as things improve on this side of the country, central and eastern Canada, with those upper to mid-20s. Nova Scotia, still quite hot come tomorrow, but they'll catch up eventually. The prairies, well, they experienced their cool down earlier in the week. Things have been seasonal over there. It will start to heat up by the middle of the week. Thunderstorm activity possible for them when that happens, and a very similar scene expected over here. Temperatures will climb by the middle of the week. We'll see that thunderstorm risk push in yet again into large parts of southern Ontario, central Ontario as well. But for now, we're dealing with this active weather, and it's been triggered by, yes, high heat and high humidity, but also the arrival of a cold front that's threatening to cause instability that will bring some of these severe thunderstorms around, as we mentioned, parts of southwestern Ontario, around central Ontario as well later this evening and into the overnight. Tomorrow, a dry start to the day around parts of the GTHA, but could see those thunderstorms erupt yet again into the noon hour around Peterborough, southern parts of Cottage Country, eastern sections of Ontario into Kingston as well. By Tuesday, mostly looking at showers for the GTHA and into Cottage Country, a break from those clouds at times, and then Wednesday could see the risk of those thunderstorms erupting yet again. Many communities will start to experience warmer temperatures heading into Wednesday as well. So that risk could be possible also into the weekend for parts of the GTHA. So I think the main takeaway here is don't don't be surprised if you see those downpours, if you hear the thunder rumble. It is the season for such weather to push in because of the high heat and high humidity. And as we mentioned, that cold front that is causing some instability. So humidex values will feel a lot better on Tuesday, 32 over there. And then temperatures will climb by the middle of the week. The unstable weather for now looks like it's headed your way during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Risk of thunderstorms.